So in Proverbs chapter 11 here, what we find is a great contrast between righteousness and wickedness. And so we looked at verse 5 already yesterday. The righteousness of the blameless will smooth his way, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. So we talked about that yesterday, but then it continues to go on with that theme of contrasting righteousness and wickedness. In verse 6, the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the treacherous will be caught by their own greed. So the righteousness is going to deliver them. We're going to be delivered by righteousness. And remember, whose righteousness? God's righteousness. That doesn't mean that we forsake all righteousness, say, well, I'm saved, I'm going to go live how I want to live, do what I want to live, do what I want to do. No, remember that pride that we talked about the other day. That pride is saying, yes, Lord, I'm going to live for you. I'm going to do what you want me to do, live how you want me to live. And that is righteousness. And so once we're saved, we don't stop pursuing righteousness. We continue to pursue righteousness, because the same curse that falls upon those who pursue wickedness is going to fall on us too. Now, what we need to understand is if we're saved, if we're genuinely saved, yes, we're saved unto everlasting life, and we need to recognize that. The Bible is extraordinarily clear about that, but we do suffer consequences of wickedness within our lives, and so we need to abstain from every form of wickedness. It goes on in verse 6, says, but the treacherous will be caught up by their own greed. Their own greed is going to catch them up. Their own greed is going to trip them up. Remember yesterday we talked about how the righteous and blameless are going to have a smooth path, but the wicked, they're going to be tripped up. They're going to fall on that path, and it's going to be their own greed that's going to end up tripping them up. How many people have you seen throughout the course of history that have been tripped up by their own greed? Their own greed causes them to fall. In verse 7 it says, when a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of strong men perishes. When the wicked dies, they don't have that everlasting life. They don't have the promise of everlasting life. The strong man, he perishes. The hope of strong man, he perishes. Nothing strong about him anymore. It's gone. Everything is gone. When the wicked man dies, all of his expectations, they also die. All of his dreams, all of his goals, all of his hopes, they're dead with him. Nothing is lasting. Everything, he's going to lose everything, and he's going to be cast into the eternal lake of fire. So we continue to look at that in verse 8. He says, the righteous is delivered from trouble, but the wicked takes his place. The righteous is delivered from trouble. You know, isn't that a phenomenal thing, how God is continually there for the righteous time and time and time again. Now, who is God? God is Almighty King of Kings, Almighty Lord of Lords. He is almighty. He is all-powerful. And he is there for his children. He is there for the righteous, and he will deliver them. But it says, but the wicked will take their place. The wicked will take the place of punishment, judgment, and damnation. See, the good news is that righteousness is available for anybody that will turn to and trust in Jesus and believe on Jesus. You don't have to face damnation. You don't have to face hell. You don't have to face God's wrath. But turn to Jesus by faith, and he will save your soul from everlasting damnation and give to you the righteousness of his Son, and walk with you throughout the course of your life, teaching you righteousness through the authority of his word and the power of his Holy Spirit.